Am I the a-hole for ruining my stepson's wedding? Hey everybody, welcome back. For context, I have been married to my husband for just over 20 years. We started dating when my stepkids were 5 and 3. Our kids are Adam, 28, stepkid number 1.
Adam!
Ben, 26, stepkid number 2, Charles, 20, Dave, 17, and Ellie, 13. Adam is getting married at the end of the summer to his fiancée, Alice, 27 years old. We've all been very excited for them. All of the kids have roles for the wedding. Charles is the best man, the other 2 boys are groomsmen, and Ellie is a junior bridesmaid. Junior bridesmaid? Never heard of that before.
Just means she's little.
Last weekend, we had a dinner for my husband's birthday. All of the kids attended, along with Alice. The topic of the wedding came up again, and this is where it started to go downhill. Ellie brought up that she was so excited to go dress shopping and that we planned to go to a bigger city in a few weeks to get her a dress, and me, a stepmom of the groom dress. At that, Alice looked at Adam sideways. You mean like this? And responded that we only needed to worry about one dress, Ellie's.
Huh?
Ellie kind of laughed and said,
What are you expecting mom to wear? A suit?
Alice responded with, OP isn't going. You know, we are keeping our guest list very limited to only family and a few close friends. Hang on a second. So your daughter is going and you're not? Make it make sense. Is she not like family?
When you're here, you're family.
Adam and Alice have been to our house numerous times for holidays, dinners, just to say hi since they've been engaged. This has never been brought up. Pretty quickly, things escalated. The Cliff Notes version is that Charles asked them to clarify if they were choosing to uninvite me now or if I was never invited. Alice confirmed the latter. Oh, that's awkward. But then why does she want, your kids are in the wedding? I beg your finest pardon. Why? Adam said it's because I'm not his mom. But you're his stepmom. That does constitute as family. Charles, David, and Ellie argued with Adam and Alice that none of them were going to go if I wasn't invited. That it was cruel to leave me out, given I've been his parent for the majority of his life and loved him like my own. My husband and I admittedly sat there for a minute, just frickin' shocked. Yeah, I can understand the whole,
You're not my mom, you're my stepmom
argument if, you're a new parent, right? They grew up with their own mother, maybe you were an affair partner or whatever, or they were being defiant because you told them not to do something. But this is nothing happened for them to be
No, you're not my mother, you're not my family member, you're not invited to my wedding.
Okay. Adam finally turned to my husband and said, well, my husband told him he wouldn't be going either. Period. Stand on business. Protect your lady. Adam then turned to me and asked if I was really going to let everyone ruin his wedding on my behalf. I mean, you didn't exactly tell them to not go to the wedding. How is your reaction to their disrespect your fault? Here's where I might be the a-hole. I just laughed. I don't know what came over me, but the entire thing was so ridiculous that laughing was the only thing I could get out. It's kind of laughable, let's be honest. I told my husband I'd be waiting in the car and left, and then promptly bawled my eyes out. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is so hurtful. I just can't understand this mentality. Yes, I understand keeping the wedding small and not wanting to invite, significant others and stuff like that. But this is not someone that you can leave out because you're keeping the wedding small. It would be one thing if none of your kids were invited. No, it's not. It's literally what is your problem? What?
You're being awfully mean.
Clearly they have some secret animosity toward you because what is going on? The amount of people that I've had to include in the wedding that I literally don't even know just to be polite in my wedding. I can't even imagine. Anyways, Charles, David, and Ellie are not talking to Adam. Adam called my husband yesterday to try and smooth things over. He was still adamant I'm not invited to their wedding. At this point, it's just silly.
I'm a silly goose.
What is it? A couple $100 a head to pay for her to come to the wedding? She's probably gonna give you back a gift. At this point, you're just being rude for no reason and you're causing issues in your family for like no reason. He also requested I apologize for laughing at him, but he's not apologizing for like not including you. My husband told him, tough titties. It's their wedding and they can invite whoever they want, but they can't control who will actually go. They said they owe me an apology, period, and that Adam should be ashamed of himself. I am getting texts now asking WTF I did and why I'm being a step monster and ruining the wedding. Am I the a-hole? So obviously, like some commenters are saying that like there's context missing here. Like, were you mean to, you know, the stepson? Like, were you kind of an evil stepmother? Like, why did he not invite OP? First comment says, I feel like there's a lot missing here. You've been married to his dad since he was 8. That was years of elementary, middle school, high school, college, 20 years. Is his mother living? Did his fiance influence him? Just seems a bit odd to not invite his dad's wife of 20 years and call her not family. I don't think you're the a-hole, but I just want to know more about the past 20 years. So OOP has responded with additional context. I'm sorry, I had to cut out a lot for the character count to post. When Adam called, my husband did ask him if I had done anything. If it was related to bio mom, she has never gotten along with us, and if I had overstepped in any way. Adam says no, it's just that they want family only. Stepdad is invited as far as we know. I was a stay-at-home mom for most of my stepkids' childhood and we had 50-50. My husband has always worked a lot, but has been as involved as possible. The house and child rearing mostly fell to me. So like, why do they feel like you're not their mom? Like, it kind of sounds like you are.
That's just a little weird.
Weird behavior. I love our kids to pieces. I thought we had made it clear from the beginning that I am and was another parent that loves them, not a replacement mom. We never had any issues, and I thought up until now that we were close. Our communication has slowed since he met Alice, but he was calling me about once or twice a week prior to this. Alice and I have gone shopping on occasion, gotten lunch. I even went with her to the florist for the wedding because her mom wasn't available and Adam got called into work. There has to be something. Someone's causing an issue and my husband and I are baffled. Is his mom invited? Another commenter said. Yes, as far as we've heard, stepdad is also invited. Huh. Okay. We, my husband and I, have never gotten along with his mom, but play nice as we still have 50-50 of younger stepson, Ben. Adam and his mom had a falling out a few years ago. She was starting to treat him the way she's always treated husband and I. That is, poorly. I don't know how to nicely explain other than she is our favorite word, narcissist. Adam hasn't wanted to talk about it much and we won't push it. I know they talk and visit, but still how close they are, I have no idea. I feel like maybe the mother has been kind of colluding. Not colluding, just like spitting poison in the ears. I just don't understand where this animosity is coming from. With regards to our wedding, we have been very inclusive, relatively very inclusive. Even, you know, making sure our friends and family all had someone there that they knew, or making sure that we invite spouses of people. It's also a destination wedding. So like, you kind of have to make sure that people like have someone to talk to. It's a lot to be at a wedding for like a couple of days, a destination, you don't know anybody. This concept is so foreign to me. And like, I can understand like maybe having like restrictions on cost and wanting it to be small. I don't understand the double standard of inviting the mother and the stepfather, but not inviting you, the stepmother. Okay, so some info about like the actual number of people going to the wedding. It's probably relevant, but my husband's parents are long since deceased. My parents, dad, stepmom, and mom have all been very involved with all the kids since they were little. They're not going since if I'm not family, they aren't either. My brother and sister-in-law, their daughter, my cousin, they call him uncle, and several of my other family members that have been around since stepkids were little have also dropped. They're up to like 20 people that have rescinded their yes RSVP for a wedding of maybe 60 people. Okay. I mean, that's embarrassing. That kind of gives you insight into like how people feel about OP not being invited. They don't think it's fair and they think it's kind of terrible, quite frankly, because like if it really was a situation where it's like OP was like a bad stepmom, then maybe they would understand and still go. But like, it's clear that with this like protest, it seems like OP is in the right. So we do have an update. Before I give an update, I just want to answer a few frequently asked questions. 1, I'm not an affair partner. My husband didn't cheat on his ex-wife with me. We met about a year after they divorced. She was already engaged, not to current stepdad, not that that really matters. 2, Ben was at the dinner, he's autistic. I went into it more in some of my comments, but he was very upset. He didn't understand what the argument was exactly about, but he was mostly upset at Adam for saying I'm not their parent and that all the siblings were fighting with each other. Anyways, the update. The short is, if you guessed it was related to biomom, you were correct.
It feels to always be right.
I revel in it.
I love being correct. I did not want this to be the case. Adam rescheduled with Charles for Monday, citing Easter weekend, fair enough. He also texted my husband to let him know that Alice would be doing Easter with her parents. We expected that. At some point on Sunday, Ellie texted Alice. I'm not sure what exactly was said, but it prompted Alice to spill everything that was going on with her parents. I have met them a few times, but they live a few hours away. They encouraged her and Adam to reach out to us to clear everything up. Monday, we dropped Ben off to Biomom's. He stayed an extra night for Easter fun.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
A few hours later, she began to blow up my husband's phone as Ben mentioned the fight. My husband answered one call in which she was screaming and promptly hung up. He texted her that the siblings argued, everything is fine, and that if Ben has any further questions, we will talk about it when he's back with us. From some things she texted, we knew it was the root of all of this. Monday, Adam also met up with Charles and he did come clean. Charles texted us to see if it was okay if they came over and we said yes. I'm not gonna lie, Adam looked a mess. He immediately began crying and apologizing. The short and sweet is that he's been trying to mend bridges with Biomom. There it is. Their wedding isn't 60 people, it's blown up to about double that, and they've been struggling to figure out how to pay for it. At one of their visits, Alice let it slip, and Biomom jumped to help pay for things. Okay, so now that she's helped pay for things, she kind of has her little fingers in the pie.
You're meddling in things that ought not to be meddled in.
When a family member contributes to your wedding, it's never zero strings attached.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I'm just saying. And that's fine, you know what I mean? But like, I can understand wanting to invite additional people because they're paying for the wedding, but not excluding people. It snowballed from there, from small requests to big requests. I'm not sure what the final nail in the coffin was, but it ended with Biomom requesting I not be there. Ooh, there she goes. Adam said it was easier to hurt me and risk World War III with his mom. I mean, you got World War III anyway, so. Alice's parents were less than pleased to find out how they've been with the wedding and budget, and even less so at Biomom's antics. They're trying to figure out how to start covering the payments Biomom has made. We've decided to help some with this. Adam also asked if we could meet again in a few days with Alice, and we've said yes. There is still a lot of ground to cover for this to be closed and mended. I am hurt, but mostly I'm angry on behalf of my oldest son. Okay. So this makes a lot of sense now.
Might have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dogs.
There's always an underbelly, you know? It's like, there's someone meddling here. So, we do have another update. This is the final update, which was posted 1.5 months later. To catch everyone up really quick, Adam came over to have a convo with us after talking to Charles. He's been reconnecting with his mother over the last year, and she's the real root of everything. It started with small requests as they got closer, then she's paying for things at the wedding, and escalated to me being uninvited. About a week after that, Adam and Alice came over for another convo. Husband and I read through all of your comments, and we have a game plan. We explained that while we love them to bits and forgive them, this is still a big frick up, and they need to hold themselves accountable for 1, the mess with Biomom, and 2, how they treated me. They wanted their wedding so bad that they were willing to mistreat someone that like literally raised Adam. Like, how must that feel for you to raise someone and spend 20 years having a relationship with someone and their dad to then be excluded, and like the gaslighting, and like, yeah, I understand that Biomom was kind of responsible, but at the end of the day, they're grown adults and they should have said no to Biomom. Just say like, okay, I'm sorry, is that a condition for accepting this money? Because if that's a condition, then
no.
We don't want your money. We'll find another way to pay for it. They let money and manipulation kind of take over. It's not fair to you at all, OP. It wasn't just about the dinner. It was also about the months they allowed ex-wife to crap talk me to them. We would not be bailing them out financially for this. I haven't pried into too many details, but Adam had a talk with his mom. She was calm and agreed to everything he said. Suspicious. Mostly that they will not exclude me from future events or tolerate any unkind words about me moving forward. Him and Alice canceled their wedding. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing. And it's like, if it's getting out of hand, then you need to seriously think about whether or not you can afford a wedding. They got back a good portion of their money, mostly to pay back BioMom. And when he tried to drop off a check, she lost it. Adam hasn't wanted to talk much about the things that were said, but he has told us they are currently no contact. I won't say the exact date, but Adam and Alice asked us to meet for dinner. We got there and Alice's parents and siblings were there too. It wasn't just dinner. They eloped. We got to go to the courthouse with them and then celebrate with them after. They seemed so happy.
That's all that matters.
Love that. 3 days later, Hubs was at work and I was coming home from errands when I got a very panicked call from Ellie. Ex-wife was outside, pounding on our door, screaming her head off. I gave Ellie instructions and then called 911. I then called my husband. When I got there, ex-wife was already detained. Oh, not detained. Oh. She hadn't broken in, but had damaged the outside of our door and the siding surrounding it, and she was still screaming. The stuff she was saying was absolutely vile, and most of the reason I haven't wanted to update. It was everything from that she hates me, and it's my fault Adam won't talk to her, to stealing my kids from me won't replace the ones you've lost. Oh. Hang on one second. Is she talking about a miscarriage? Oh, absolutely not. Is that what's happening here? What's that comment about? After that comment, I tuned out the rest until she was placed in the back of a cop car. I mean, I don't hate this ending. It's important context, but we've had several miscarriages. Okay. One of which I know ex-wife knew about. Wow. What I really think she was getting at is the baby we had between David and Ellie, who was full term and stillborn. Oh, what a horrible thing to say to you. I still don't understand how anyone could say something so awful and carry so much hate. Putting it out there is hard, and honestly, I don't have much of a comment on it other than I'm lucky to have the husband that I do. Yes, you are. You can't control the family you married into and the baggage that comes with it, but I'm very impressed with your husband for sticking by you throughout this whole ordeal. It really shows what kind of person you are and also what kind of person he is. Some of the charges we declined to pursue. Some the police department will be pursuing regardless if we ask them to or not. She's already bailed out, but our restraining order has been granted pending a court date with the judge. From the bits and pieces we hear, ex-wife's family has put her on lockdown. Her brother works for the department that has arrested her, so this has been quite the talk of the town. We have not heard from her since, and her mother has told my husband we absolutely won't be hearing from her or having any other issues. We have been doing exchanges for Ben with stepdad. Oh my goodness, that is one hell of an update. I love it when the villain in the story goes to jail, you know? That's just so fun. Anybody else find that fun? Just me? Top comment says, it is so sad that his biomom couldn't love her son more than she hated her ex-wife. And I just I don't understand the hatred. She wasn't an affair partner. Biomom was already engaged to someone else when they broke up. Why the hatred, you know? Having a relationship with your children does not mean that you need to make them hate the stepmom who raised them. Maybe there's some deep-rooted jealousy and hatred for someone who had a better relationship with her kids, but you can't really be blaming anyone but yourself for the choices that you've made and the failure of your marriage. You just can't, especially not in this respect. OP wasn't cheating with her now ex-husband, so what is Biomom's reasoning? Biomom was remarried. What concerns me most is Adam was listening to his mother's crap about OP, took money from Biomom, and agreed. He knows so much better than that. Shame on Adam. I completely agree with that. Yes, he apologized eventually, but you had to do a lot of recon to find out what really happened. And what really happened is not a good enough reason, quite frankly. It's just not.
Oh yeah, we wanted, someone to pay for the wedding, and her condition was that I had to literally uninvite my, the woman who raised me.
Are you insane? Absolutely not. I really hope you guys work through this and stuff, but it's just genuinely not fair to you, OP, and stand on your business. Stand on that business. My guess is jealousy that the kids love OOP possibly even more than the bio mom. I mean, that'll do it. Let it be known that like, just because her biological kids love their stepmom, that does not mean that they love her any less. Like, it's not a competition. There's room for everyone. Get over it. Jeez. So are you the a-hole for laughing at your stepson and ruining his wedding? No, I feel like laughing was the only possible response to what he did. And you didn't ruin his wedding. His own choices did. Subscribe!